Hey everyone, and welcome back to another base locations video. This time we're looking at the Twilight Zone. The commentary is included, and the first 10 are non-cliff platform locations, last 5 are cliff platform locations. If you see a location you like, please feel free to hit the thumbs up. Now let's jump into it. Okay, so location 1, 45.9, 52.6. They were on the map as a reference guide. Just ignore the RH pins that I've got on the map. That's going to be for a future video. And if we take a look outside here, so this is essentially what I've sort of come across. It's almost like its own rat hole, except it's official. So you gotta crouch to get through here, and then here's the big wide open world. So hopefully it's pretty obvious as to why I've chosen this spot. And let's move on to location 2. Location number 2, 47.0, 65.1. There we are on the map as a reference guide. So this was another one of my my favorites. So the only way in and out is through the top over these light blue crystals. Plenty of space. Obviously I've only just done a 2x1 just for, to show that you can build here. But as you can see, the only way into here is up and over that, which would be a pain in the ass for any creature to try and do. So have fun trying to get over those crystals with a bunch of tech turrets or heavies pointing at your face. Now let's jump to location number 3. Okay, number 3, 35.1, 62.6. There we are on the map as a reference. So this time around I decided to go with a behind waterfall location. So fairly straightforward, same as any other waterfall. It's pretty, here we go. So it's pretty wide back here. You can go a lot further back with the foundations if you wish to build a larger base. It's entirely up to you guys. Just figured I'd include this because waterfalls can sometimes be quite productive. So let's head over to number 4. Okay, so number 4, 53.6, 78.6. There we are on the map as a reference. Secondary waterfall. Very similar to the last one. This one has a few invisible walls to it. So people trying to snipe you from a certain angle, they won't be able to. There's a wall here that I'm currently running into that, for whatever reason, that means that no projectiles will get through either, so that's always handy. But this is the general area. And now we'll move on to the next location on our list. Okay, so location number 5, 54.8, 79.0. They were on the map as a reference. Currently in fly mode because it's earthquaking. Now this one was a little bit more on the experimental side, to see what you guys think of it. So this crystalline structure that I spoke about in the last video, I somehow managed to get a foundation of it, which is up against this wall here, and put down a ceiling out the front here as a way to sort of just stand on it, and just did a 1x1x2 on top. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to. As I said, pretty experimental. Just thought I'd give it a go and see what I can come up with. The earthquake's kind of making it hard to accurately record though. So let's head over to number 6. Okay, so number 6, 52.8, 76.4. There it is on the map as a reference. So this one I was a little bit iffy on. I was just wanting to see how visible or invisible this would be, because obviously it's easy to access, but at the same time I didn't want people to just be able to see it off the bat. It's sort of visible, sort of not. If you're not looking for it, I have a feeling you just sort of walk right past it. But nonetheless, once you can upgrade, move base location, and problem solved. So let's head over to number 7. Okay, number 7, 48.2, 74.1. There we are on the map as a reference. This is a secondary behind crystal location. So there's another spot just here. You can place down more foundations along here if you want to. And from memory, if you can manage to squeeze your way up through here and then down here, this is a really good unofficial spot, because there's nothing that can get through that except for people. So if people want to try and soak your turrets, they gotta do it with their own bodies. So yeah, hopefully it's pretty straightforward as to why I've chosen this area. And now we'll move on. Number 8, 44.8, 77.2. There it is on the map as a reference. Still fairly close to 6 and 7. So this time around, just as a generalized area, we've tucked the fob itself off in the corner, so very much on the invisible side of things. And if people are too far back, well, they've got a tree in the way as well. So I think it'll be a good sort of regrouping area, backup base, maybe excess storage. Just generic bits and pieces. Okay, so number 9, 48.3, 65.4. There we are on the map as a reference. So this one here I quite liked, because there's a flat spot here that you can utilize. There's another spot over there that you can utilize. If you have 2 tribes that are allied, even better. Or if you have a lot of tames, then obviously you can have dino storage. Or if you have a lot of tribe members, then one tribe go on one side, or one half of the tribe one side, one half the other. Just bits and pieces like that. I like the height of it, so obviously it's going to be awkward to get up, and you've got quite a bit of cover as well, and clearly can't be attacked directly from underneath most of the sides or above. So yeah, okay, for our final non-cliff platform area, 41.9, 64.9, reference map. Okay, so I managed to squeeze it inside this gap here, tucking it away, so that way it's a little bit harder for creatures to sort of get into, which is the whole idea. Just starting areas, you know the drill. So, tucked in behind this tree trunk here. So you have to come in here, come through here, and I think you should be able to still be able to build a bit further upwards if you wanted to. What's behind you? Oh, nothing. Alright. Hopefully this one. Alright, cliff platform number 1 and location number 11. 48.8, 55.5. There we are on the map as a reference guide. Do a quick scout around the area. Obviously nice and high. There's no point having a cliff platform down low. Have it low enough from the roof itself so you can still put down your indie forge when you need it. You can't put any structures on any of these metal areas here, so no one's able to fob up on you anywhere close, not even on these. So fairly decent in terms of security, nice and high, and obviously once you're all the way down here, the cliff platform is obviously going to de-render, and I haven't even reached the floor yet. So the only way people are going to see you is if wait, what the hell? Am I going blind? Was it not just here? What happened to it? Am I going nuts? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, man, confusing the hell out of me. Okay, so, yeah, you won't be able to see it from the ground. The only way people are going to see it is if they're swinging along on a Bloodstalker or, I don't know, clambering along and gliding with a Rock Drake. Whatever that's. Okay, number 12, 42.0, 70.5. There on the map as a reference. So, same premise. It's nice and high off the ground, as you can see. This is kind of like a rat hole, but for cliff platforms. So I don't think you will be able to get an Indie Forge in here. I can't remember how big they are, but I'm pretty certain that it's not going to fit in here. On unofficial, obviously that'll be easy, but not for official. So sorry about that. This is as low as I could get it along this this ridge, without it saying it can't be placed on the floor. So with that out of the way, location 13, 42.0, 64.1. They're on the map as a reference. I don't think this is too far away from the previous location, but this time we're hiding behind some of this weird sort of forestry branches and whatnot through here. So no matter what angle you look at this at, unless you actually go inside the crevice itself, oh, maybe down here. Oh, you can see it a smidge when you're down here at the water. So here's hoping that no one's deciding to look up at those branches when they're looking at the water, like swimming around in the water. But nonetheless, yeah, easy to defend. Obviously very well hidden and plenty of space for any crafting or refinery equipment that you need. Number 14, 51.8, 65.8. There we are on the map as a reference guide. So this one was an interesting pick for me. As I was flying along, I noticed there's an invisible wall here. So it won't let you go past, and you have to do a big loop all the way around to the point where it won't even let you pass this wall here. So you have to go all the way around in order to access the cliff platform from the air, so you can't get people trying to rocket it without it hitting some kind of invisible wall, which I think is pretty handy. They'd have to be directly underneath you, but if they do that, then they'll be at the mercy of your turrets. So yeah, up to you as to how you build it, up to them as to how they want to raid. Alright, last location for the video, 42.0, 55.9. They were on the map as a reference guide. I'm pretty certain that is the third location in a row that we had 42.0, I think. I don't know, sounds familiar. Alright, so last piece is inside this overly complex tree root system. Not too different from the previous one. And then when we... not in there. And then when we lose our cliff platform again, like we did a few locations back. Ah, there we go. Look, all I'm going to say is if I'm going to have a hard time finding something after having just placed it, then let's hope that the enemy has just as much issues when they don't know it's here to begin with. Alright, so I hope that this sort of, you know, speaks for itself. Chandelier your turrets and you really shouldn't have any issues. Get those fence supports all the way around. Get them all the way to the top, just to stop anything from wanting to dash in. Manners and Bloodstalkers will be the biggest culprit, so yeah, get those fence supports up there and get them as high as you can. Make sure to have your turrets, obviously chandelier down, but also make sure you got your turrets sort of not too high, because you'd want the turrets to have full sort of access to everything, and if they're too high, then they'll be blocked line of sight with the platform itself. Alright guys, so thank you so much for viewing the video, and I hope you enjoyed. And for the next one, we will be looking at the